Hello friends, this is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, back with another video today. It's a beautiful day outside, and going along with the series that I have right now for the month of January 2026. Can you imagine that? About living a more carefree life. Living a more carefree life and eventually becoming financially free. No boss, no phone, nobody telling you what to do, making your own decisions, and becoming a full-fledged entrepreneur. Not an easy thing to do, but it can be done. And going along with the tips that I'm giving you right now, I'm going to tell you one thing. And you can write this down. 7-11. I got the sniffles. 7-Eleven. And it's not the convenience store, okay? It's not the 7-Elevens that you go inside and get a cup of coffee and get some gas, and no. What I mean is 7-Eleven. Those are your waking hours. And what you do if you want to be an entrepreneur, you make your waking hours your working hours. Of course, sometimes in the beginning, and most of the time in the beginning, you're going to have a job. You got to have that job until your hustle doubles. What I mean by that, when you hustle that you do outside of your job becomes double what you make at your job, that's usually the time to jump. But either way, you're always going to have in the back of your mind that you're working for someone, but you are also working from 7 to 11. 7-Eleven. That's your waking hours becomes your working hours. Most people not fit for this, okay? This is not for everybody. Most people want to wake up at 6, have a cup of coffee, go to work, come back home, turn on the TV, and do it all over again for 40, 50 years. I'm not talking to you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that in your life, there's nothing wrong with that. You can become whatever you want to become in that job, and maybe you could thrive and make $300,000 or $500,000 a year, or whatever it is you want to make, if you want to go that route. But I prefer to be free. I prefer to not work for anybody. I prefer to have my own dream. I prefer to have my own saying in what's going to happen in my life. So that's why I'm coming on to you right here, giving you tips. 7-Eleven. Write that down. That's 7 to 11. Your working hours become your waking hours. Your waking hours become your working hours. And let's say you gotta go to that 9 to 5. Ain't no problem. You wake up, you work from 7 to 9 in whatever it is you're working on for yourself. You go and put your 9 to 5, and while you're there, You take that lunch hour and you work on your craft. Then when you get out of that, from 5 to 11, that's your time to shine. That's your time to work on your craft, work on your business, work on whatever it is you don't want to do. It doesn't really matter what it is. Everyone has a dream. Everyone has different abilities. And I'm going to give you a few examples. When I was working at my job, before I became totally free, I used to do services at houses. I used to be in the service industry, where I go in a house and I service the house, and I did a job for the people. And I had a lot of houses that I went to. I used to work on commission. I had a lot of houses that I go and service. And in these different houses, there were different businesses. And very few of them, but most of the people went to work 9 to 5, that's it. Let's come home, watch TV, and do all over again. But in a few houses, very few, there were businesses in the house. What I call the startups and end-ups. Because those people were going to start up a business and end up with the same business. Because they're going to pass it on to their kids, whoever wants to keep going. The little mom and pops that you see. But they didn't have a place. They didn't have a place on Main Street to rent. They did it off of their house, off of their garage, off of their kitchen, off of their own home. And the little example that I have right now is something that's done over here a lot. And it's a tradition here. These are cookies that are called pralines. Pralines. Very, very very delicious cookies. If you want to look it up, pralines. Only like 4 ingredients, like butter, sugar, milk, cream, and maybe vanilla extract, something like that. But these people told me, hey, we wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make our pralines. They made all the cookies and everything between 4 and 6. Then the guy started delivering everywhere on all these stores and everything. Close to the house, they were local. Close to the supermarkets and everything. They put the little cookies everywhere. And they sold. And they sold. And they sold. And by 11 o'clock, they had made all their money for that day. And they usually told me, they said, oh, by 11 o'clock, we're off. It's only a couple, okay? The kids went to school. They took the bus. Very happy people. And this was amazing to see. How happy they were. How much money they made. Because we're talking in the thousands of dollars sometimes. In one day. And they did it a lot. I think they worked 6 times a week. They were on a mission. Mission to pass that business on to their kids. And so, this is what I got to tell you. 7 to 11. Make sure that your waking hours become your working hours, and you'll see what amazing things can happen. And with this one, I'll say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth, today with the message of 7-11. 7 to 11. Those are your working hours. Your waking hours become your working hours. I'll see you in my next video.